Hello, and welcome to another scene in Kansas. Today we have a changeling scene that will be set in... Oh god, and I forgot my own character's name. That's gonna be a fucking intro. Mordecai Godfrey. Though to any changeling, he is known as Aurelius Mordrake. His shop is somewhere near where the changelings are. I don't know Kansas. So, it's got that antique shop look to it as you walk past. It probably looks out of place among the other buildings there. The window is sort of dirty and old, and in the display are leather-bound books, a few little trinkets that proclaim their wonderful powers of the occult, but anyone with any magic sensing thing can understand that's complete and utter BS. If anyone were to go inside, they'd be greeted at first by a bell as they open the door, and then probably by the not quite loud but very cheerful chirping of some sort of small songbird. Or burb. Pretty much a burb. The smell of old books and cracked old leather is prevalent around the place, giving it a nice old library feel for those who really do enjoy being around books and reading in libraries. The shelves reach up to the ceiling, and every couple of bookshelves there's a small ladder allowing the public and or the shop owner to climb up there and browse the books at the top. At the front, he's got newer books and paperbacks and hardcovers, and further towards the back there are the older books. They're leather bound, their pages are kind of yellowing, but he keeps the shop at a cold temperature to help keep the books properly built up and maintained. There are also more of those little trinkets, some crystal wands, tarot decks, and little things like that. And as they go further down into the shop, there's a kind of chubby black cat just lounging on the floor, glaring up at the bird, and the bird is still chirping. Today's song that the bird is doing is he's trying to do the Addams Family theme song, but he keeps kind of messing up a little bit. But it's okay because he's a bird and he's still adorable.
You'll probably hear Lucy come in, and when she hears the bird, she starts singing like, no, 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 like this, and she'll try to sing the note that the bird is messing up.
It, recognizing a friendly face, will kind of fly over there and tweet a couple times.
She's just smiling and singing, so if you want to introduce your character, Lucy's just singing to the bird right now.
For Mixxie's part, as soon as she does come in, I'll say that she's coming here because, weird and wacky things happen in occult shops, and, the news corporation, which she works for, also does weird and wacky things at times. And of course, upon seeing the burb, should I say, she'll most definitely make the inquiry. Well, after attempting to, pour the thing, because that's what cats do. She will attempt to make the inquiry as to whether burb is a word, which today it most definitely is, at least until something else comes into the equation.
If she goes to try to touch the burb, it will fly back away to one of the topmost shelves, kind of glaring. It is a cockatiel, by the way. So it does
Yes,
have.
well, Mixxie is far too short to ever get that far. So yeah, she will just kind of, yeah.
Man, I just wanted to ask you if bird is the word.
Tweet, tweet. Actually, it's more like chirp, chirp, because they fucking scream, but anyway.
Yeah, well, chirp, chirp to you as well. Did I say anything to you, Lucy?
No, we just sing. I mean, do we
Everybody-
sing?
Sometimes you sing. Sometimes, yeah. But do you know whose shop this is? I was gonna ask.
I don't know him personally. But do you want to know the name of a person I've heard around town?
Well, I've
That
heard of
person's name is Aurelius.
Ooh, that's nice. It's a nice name. Is he a she? Or is he a he?
A she or a
Um,
he? No, I don't think a she or a he. Maybe. What's something that slurks in the dark and is really quiet?
John Podesta?
Well, she shrugs. I was going more for Slua, but.
But that was close enough, right?
Sure.
Not entirely.
Well, yes, well, Mixie in the back of her mind is probably making a mental note not to inform young Lucy, at least right at the moment, about the rumours surrounding Mr. Podesta, and also because we don't want to get this video taken off YouTube. So yeah, so Mixie looks over towards the sound of the presumably adult male.
Oh. Hi there.
Hello?
Sorry, we were just disturbing your bird.
I know. I was watching.
Oh. Well, yeah, is this your cult shop? I mean, I know it probably might not be. You might just be someone working here, but I just thought I'd ask anyway.
No, you are correct. This is my shop.
Yeah. Have you been here? Is that the person you were telling me about, Lucy? I mean, they kind of look like they kind of look like what you're saying.
No, that's totally not who I was talking about. She just kind of shrugs.
There's no need for sarcasm, young lady.
I mean, you could ask him yourself. That's how you make introductions, right?
That is true. I was being a little bit rude there, Mr. Aurelius. I'm sorry. Hey, my name is Mixxie Rogers, and I think this person here must be Lucy, but I might be wrong.
Oh, you are quite correct. That is young Lucy. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Rogers. I am Aurelius Mordrake.
Nice to meet you.
And she extends a hand out to shake. She's all of about 5'2", so I'm presuming that Aurelius.
Yeah, Aurelius is pretty tall. He stands at about 6'1". He's very... He's a twig, pretty much. Like, he's just kind of tall and spindly, lanky. His arms are too long, like that. Typical Slua, pretty much. Until accept her hand, he is wearing a white dress shirt and a vest, and his hair's kind of pulled back in a loose ponytail. I'll just say, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Mm-hmm. So, I was wanting to ask a few questions about your place, if that's okay.
And why do you wish to ask these questions?
No, I'm just curious. I'm a bit nosy.
Curious about what?
Yeah,
It's so
a lot of
intriguing.
things. A lot of things, you know? Well, does any of this stuff work?
Any things that I keep in the back do, yeah. I don't put any of the valuables out on display.
Alright, so you keep the Eye of Newt around the back, okay, for special customers. Okay.
I suppose that's one way to think about it.
Yeah. Do you know that there's some weird things happening?
There are weird things happening every day, all over the place.
Yeah, but you know, there's that there are like big eclipse, you know, that happened, you know, somewhat recently. You know, it kind of like stretch its way all across America, and it kind of like split it in two as well. It's kind of like a whole divide type thing, so it made it look like you know, the whole country was, you know, going up in flames, or you know, had a kind of like a lighty darky type thing going on.
How does that do that? By the way, is that like the end of the world?
No, because we're still here. But I think what it means, it basically means that we've kind of like converged over to a different time zone or something like that. Or I think actually what it might mean is that, you know, kind of like that someone, you know, we're all kind of looking up at the sun and like saying, "Ooh, look, that was really good," and you know, we're having sunbathing, and then the moon kind of just like tried to get into the sun's way, and it's kind of like, yeah, but it only happens like one every 100 years or so.
Oh, okay.
Basically, yeah, basically, it happens all the time, but you know, it's kind of rare, or at least you know, this kind of thing, eclipse is kind of rare. So we're probably not going to get it for another 100 years.
So it happens all the time, but it's rare, so we'll get it in 100 years. And she just kind of
It,
looks at you and narrows
yeah,
her eyes.
Yeah, Mixie kind of like nods.
yeah, that exact same one won't happen for another 100 years.
Well, that means then another one will happen, but not that exact same one.
Yeah, but just you know, somewhere else in the world.
Okay.
Yeah, like I think I remember reading some place that you know the last time that something like that happened was like in like 1918 or something like that. And it was like right. I think it was like right at the end of the First World War, and you know people started thinking, oh, if we go on shooting everyone like this, and then you know the whole world's gonna die, so maybe we should stop.
Lucy will just nod, and then she'll look at the bird, and she'll be like, "Hi."
Yeah, yeah, Mixie once again, you know, just kind of like waves to the bird, you know.
Bird, tell us what the word is.
Chirp, chirp,
Chirp isn't a word.
hop, hop. And it just kind of pops around on the bookshelf and chirps some more.
I can't get anything
Lucy
out
will
of it.
like Lucy will kind of tip her finger, and then she'll kind of say, "I'm surprised you haven't started chasing him or something, because they said that like we're all like a little bit of our animal. So you're a cat, so you would chase the bird, right?"
Yeah, I might have, but you know, the best I could do is just. I don't actually want to chase him. I just want to, you know, just like touch him, but he won't let me touch him.
Hmm.
Angry chirp.
Yeah, Mixie just kind of like backs her head off just a little bit.
You need to be rude.
Ooh, where's the kitty? Think I remember Lucifer. No, no, it's not Lucifer.
What?
It's Furcifer.
What? What are you talking about?
Furcifer. I want to see Furcifer.
I don't know who First Fur is, but it doesn't sound nice.
With
The name, the
with
name
his
like
name
that.
being spoken, the chubby, slightly, the kind of chubby, like it's not obese, but it's got a little pouch, and it'll just kind of walk over, look at Lucy, and lay down on its side.
Oh shit!
She'll
Oh,
like lean over and
oh,
start petting him like crazy.
who's that? The basement cat? You shouldn't pet basement cat. Well, actually, maybe I should.
And Mixie will like go down there and she'll like pet Furcifer as well.
purr machine. Just purr, purr.
So why are you called Percifer?
Lucy
I-
says in like a distant tone, she puts her hand off to the side. Because I'm a brat and I'm a cat.
Makes the orcus kind of look a little bit concerned at first, but then she'll like look over towards Lucy.
Well played.
She'll nod.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think this cat is probably more like what was the guy's name? The kind of a weirdo person who tried to do like all that Satanism stuff in the 80s.
I don't know.
My cat is not like Aleister Crowley.
Yeah, no, Aleister Crowley was like in 1880s. We're talking about that weirdo guy.
Lucy just kind of cocks her head to the side, not knowing what you're talking about.
Oh, I remember now. Kevin Sullivan. Yeah, he was a weirdo. He watching a security show.
And more petting, more petting.
I was very happy with all of the attention.
I love all of Ori's animals. I think he said he has more, but I've only seen 2, so I don't know.
Ooh.
So we'll get up and go back to Ori.
So you like animals then?
Indeed, I do.
Do you have any frogs?
Yes.
What about lizards?
No.
Any particular reason?
He just smiles. Not a full face. It's not like a big toothy grin. It's just that sort of, smile of, I'm not really going to tell you.
Lucy will giggle and she'll say, he also has a rabbit.
Yeah, I kind of figured that you'd have a rabbit, but I was going to say, do you have lions? Or, chameleons? Actually, no, that's lizards, so I mean, no. What about foxes?
No.
Okay, what about wolverines?
Wolverines? Why would he have wolverines?
I don't know. I'm taking a stab in the dark here. I mean, if you said yes, it would have been cool, but he doesn't. So
Lizards, frogs. Not lizards, my apologies. You had lizards on my mind. Anyway, no. Frogs, snakes, spiders, and I am breeding rats in order to feed my snakes.
ugh. So that is practical.
Lucy kind of bites her lip.
Um, is there about the occult shop thing? Do you do kind of like weird ritual type thingies here?
He just smiles again.
I'll take that as a yes. Do you kind of like do ones at beginning of or the end of every month, like full moon or something like that?
He just smiles again.
Lucy will just smile. She's like, he did an elaborate sacrifice the day of the eclipse to cause misfortune on all those who oppose him. Ooh.
Ugh. How's that working out for you?
It seems to be working very well so far.
Sweet. Can you tell me a little bit more about the things you kind of sell here and what kind of rituals that you could use them for?
I have all manner of books here. I've sold books pertaining to aeromancy, to ornomancy, anything like that. I have tarot cards and how to use them. Just a plethora.
Lucy pulls out the deck of tarot cards she has in her purse. She's like, "Yeah, I got myself some."
It's cool. They are like, suitable for children, aren't they?
They're cards used to divine the future. There's nothing wrong in using them.
No, I'm just saying, because if they have like naughty pictures on them, I don't think you should give them to Lucy.
Lucy turns the cover. They're just it's fairy tale designs.
Yeah, so Mixxie breathe a sigh of relief.
Sorry, just thought I'd ask, because, I've heard some stories about, the kind of cards that you can pick up in Amsterdam.
This is not Amsterdam.
Yeah, I know, but, just thought I'd ask.
Of course.
So, you got some, onomancy and things, and, other things. Do you have any kind of, like, wordy type ritual type things?
Excuse me, what? I didn't quite hear you.
Word type ritual things. Things just to, word things away that you don't want, in your presence.
A few, yes.
Lucy puts up a finger and she's like, "Actually, I've been learning how to do that too. I just need to learn one more step on spring, and then I can create fairy circles,
Ooh.
making places invisible and making people unable to like go into places, or making people like if they do something bad in those places, they get punished."
Ooh, that's sweet. Can you do kind of like words against certain types of people?
Yes.
Nice. That means you can create words. That means you can create a word against John Podesta.
I totally can.
Mm-hmm. That's good. 'Cause I don't want him to suddenly appear out of nowhere. That'd be really scary.
Though I don't know who that is, but I totally can.
Basically, if you ever hear anything about, if you ever have anyone like come up to you like asking you if you want some free cheese pizza, say no.
Okay.
Yeah, free cheese pizza is not what you think it is.
She'll nod.
But pepperoni pizza, or well, what's your opinion on pineapple on pizza?
Well, I like sweet things. Pineapple is sweet, so I don't like pineapple on pizza.
The only time that I would ever eat pineapple on pizza is if it was like mixed with something like, Canadian bacon or ham or something like that.
I think I would like that, but I think they told me you have to be Hawaiian to like that.
Yeah, well, tell them that, cultural appropriation goes two ways.
She'll
You can,
nod.
you can have like pineapple on pizza as long as it's got ham and Canadian bacon or anything like that. And, Hawaiians can, they can kind of like benefit from, um, other things as well. You could if they say that you can only have like pineapple on pizza with bacon and everything like that, then you can just say that, well, how about I give you some some haggis, or some sauerkraut or something like that in return.
So I can, so if I don't have to eat, so I can't eat Hawaiian pizza, that means I can wear those flower necklaces all I want, right?
Yeah, yeah, you just have to give them kind of like those like those kind of like cone shapes, like headdress type things that people who might have they might have kind of like the people from The Sound of Music. Have you ever seen that?
No, but I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a really long movie. It's like 4 hours or so. And
No, I think I know the people you're talking about.
yeah,
And those are mean people.
no, not all of them are mean, just some of them. And also, if they have like those cars, then that probably means that they've had an operation and they can't lick the place. Or at least that's the thing I remember anyway. I might be misremembering. I tell you who are
You
mean.
remember and misremember a lot.
Yeah, no, because I've got I'm trying to remember a lot of things at once. And also, I can't really describe it very well. But I do remember one thing: the people who are mean, they usually have the ones that have like the big steel helmets with like the massive spikes on them.
I think I read about those. I think I looked over somebody's shoulder when they were reading a book. I can't remember her name off the top of my head.
Yeah,
Kiara, I think it was. Well, she said that those are Vikings.
no, they're
Or
called. Yeah. Some of them were Vikings, but I was thinking of the more the singular one, right down, right in the middle. But the ones with like the big spikes, coming out both sides, those were Vikings. The ones with the spike in the middle, those are the ones that that I think they were called like Ottoman Turks or something like that. But they also had some German people who used to wear them as well, and they used to put them in cannons and fire them at people because it was
I
effective.
thought if something had a spike in the middle on their head, that's called a unicorn.
Yeah, but there aren't too many German unicorns out there.
There should be more German unicorns.
Yeah, they should be. They'd be very efficient. And they'd make like awesome chocolate as well.
I love
Not,
chocolate.
yes, not as good as Swedish unicorns though.
How good are Swedish unicorns?
They are the best at making chocolate.
How do Swedish unicorns make chocolate?
I don't know. How do you make chocolate? Do you know how they make chocolate?
Chocolate is made by the magical goddess that makes chocolate by waving her hands and going poof, chocolate. That's how I thought chocolate was made.
Yeah, I always said it was kind of like milk and um, you know, coconut butter and pieces of chocolate. That's how you make chocolate.
No, chocolate is magical. If chocolate's so magical, why would it be made out of small things like milk and cocoa butter, that stuff?
I just forgot the other chocolate as well. But yeah,
Yeah.
never was good at cooking.
You was good at cooking, or you're not good at cooking anymore?
I'm not particularly good at cooking.
Oh.
But I'm good at writing stuff.
She'll nod.
But unfortunately, we still can't figure out what whether it will. Thanks to this person up here,
And she points towards the bird, still up on higher place, far beyond her reach.
this person up here still won't tell me what the word is.
Chirp, chirp.
He just said the word. The word is chirp.
Yeah, but
See?
chirp is
Chirp, chirp.
No, chirp isn't a word. No.
Yeah, it is. It's spelled Cheerp. No, it's Chreep. No. Wait, how do you say chirp?
But it doesn't mean anything. No, it's just a sound.
But if it's spelled with letters, then it's a word, isn't it?
No, it just means it's a sound. It's kind of like the kind of like. Have you ever seen like 50s? Actually, no. You ever seen like 40s Captain America? And he makes the noise of like when he punches like a big robot and it says like wank. That's not a noise. That's not a sound. That's not an actual word.
But if it has words on it, then it's a word.
Yeah, but just because it's like automatopoeic doesn't mean it's an actual word. It just means it's a sound that sounds like that word.
Well, Wait a second. If you're asking what the word of the bird is, then is bird the word?
My God, you're a genius. Bird is the word. That's the riddle. Okay, I think I've discovered the meaning of life. Thank you, Mr. Burb.
She waves again,
Chirp, chirp.
And thank you, Mr. Fairfair.
and she kneels down and gives Firth
Furcifer.
another pat. Yeah, Furcifer, excuse me, another pat.
Purr.
And
Lucy will kneel down and be like, "Can I hold you, Furcifer?"
It's a cat, can't speak, but it looks willing enough.
She scoops it up as gently as possible.
And he just kind of sits there and snuggles up.
okay. So I've discovered that bird is actually the word. So yeah, meaning of life has been discovered. Persephone has a new friend, admirer, that type of thing. And you I have to thank. Do you by any chance know anything? What have you met some of the local baronies, or the baron, or the knights around here?
I have not met with the barons, but I have spoken to Sir Triori and Lady Stormfury.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah, I've met Trieri before. He's an interesting person.
I suppose some could say that.
But yeah, if you're going to be doing any like occult rituals or anything like that, do you have anything that could probably, kind of? I mean, I have no idea what exactly was going on, but do you know anything about some of the like the beer companies or anything like that that have been happening around here? Or is that not really like been stuff that have been kind of like in your purview, as it were?
He pauses and kind of looks off towards the corner for a moment. And then he returns back to looking at the spot he was looking at before. He never, like this entire time as he's been talking to you, he never has looked directly like at you or at Lucy when speaking. Seems he just doesn't do that sort of thing. And I'll say, my apologies, I got sidetracked. What did you ask again?
And I was asking about the beer companies, because there's been kind of like all these like weird things that I've been hearing and everything about them, and I know that there's like one of them, well, it's like one or two like close by, but I just wanted to know if you'd like heard anything or seen anything or like experienced anything since you've been here.
No, I have not.
Sorry, I just thought I'd ask. Because there's been like some. Well, I keep hearing these like weird things about King breweries. Stuff like lawsuits that kind of get dropped for no reason.
No, I've not dealt with king breweries. I don't know
Right.
anything.
Right. Well, if you do hear anything about King breweries, do you think you can say anything to me? Do you think you can tell me? 'Cause I really want to know.
Perhaps.
Cool. And also let me know if you hear anything about John Podesta, because if you hear about anyone called John Podesta and they are who I think they are, and they're in Kansas, then that's bad news. Especially for Lucy.
And she points towards Lucy.
The thing with me telling you anything, though, is I usually expect something back for it. I'm not in the habit of giving out information freely.
Not even about John Podesta?
I highly doubt he will be here. I'm speaking more on King Brewery.
I'm just saying, you never know what might happen. But yeah, I said, okay, I'll try and think of something, and if what you have is like good enough, then I'll probably like try and find some payment or like some type of exchange or something like that. So everyone benefits. So yeah, is there anything else? Is there anything else that you want to tell me about the occult shop? Because you got some pretty cool stuff here, even though it is a little weird.
It is my shop that I've been running for a little over a year now. It's been running here. There isn't much to be said about it, honestly.
Yeah, sure that there's probably some weird things that you may have seen.
In my own shop.
Yeah, yeah, things that you can like talk about, obviously.
You do realize that I'm a slower, correct? Hearing and seeing
Yeah.
weird things is an everyday occurrence that we don't take much mind to because it is an everyday occurrence.
Yeah, but you might want to tell someone about it.
Why would I want to do that?
Because it's fun.
Those are my secrets, though. What is fun in giving away my secrets?
Man, if they weren't your secrets, then you could tell.
They usually all are my secrets, though.
Okay, I kind of understand, but still, sometimes it might be funny. It doesn't have to be your secrets; it can be someone else's.
If they're someone else's secrets that I have taken from them, they become my secrets.
Secrets are important, aren't they? Because you gotta make a promise never to share those secrets, and if you make a promise, then you don't share them because you're breaking a promise, and that's bad.
Yeah, that is true. Okay, so how about we share one secret?
He gives her just a really odd look.
Yeah, Lucy gives a curious look too.
And by all means, if there is a secret you wish to share, feel free to do it.
Well, because bird is the word, I'm sorry, Lucy, but you're gonna have to get in on this as well.
Lucy shrugs.
Okay, so you know what this means, don't you, Lucy?
Do I start with a secret? Because I don't really have much of secrets. I am pretty open.
Probably.
Okay, well, if you want to know a secret, clowns are scary. That's something that's important to me.
Ugh. Yeah, I can kind of agree. Okay, the first person who I ever really, truly, utterly loved, wasn't, how should I say this? Well, they were born in America, but, their parents are from, like, Persia or something like that. I mean, it's not really that much. It's not really that much of a secret, but kind of depends which circles you walk in. Because sometimes some people like me, I've got like one leg which is like 1 inch shorter than the other, so I kind of walk in some strange circles sometimes.
Lucille nod.
I suppose that means me then. It looks like he ponders that for a little bit. And then he just smiles and says, I didn't actually name Furcifer. That was the name that he had when I adopted him from the shelter.
Ew.
Really? You have a history past Ori? She says, patting the cat in her arms.
Purr. Purr, purr.
I can only imagine the journey you went on to meet Ori.
He was in a less than savory home and had been, well, forcibly removed due to abuse from the last home he was in.
Oh, it's horrible.
I kind of understand. She says, petting the cat.
It's all been one secret that we have all given.
Yep. So, if we can find anything out about King Breweries or John Podesta, then let me know, and we'll try and make a deal.
Of course. I'll be sure to let you know if I come across anything.
Sweet. So, yeah. Anything you want to? Can I pet Furcifer again, Lucy? I don't want to, disrupt you when you're holding him.
She kind of looks at Christopher and she's like, is it alright if I hand you over?
Purr, 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 purr.
And then she's like, okay, hold your arms out, be very gentle. And she kind of lets Mixxie hold Christopher.
Yes, and Mixxie will like hold Furcifer as gently as she can, cradling him, stroking his little lovely fat face.
Seems very happy and pleased.
Yes. Yes, it's so beautiful, Furcifer. Aren't you? Yes, you are.
She just smiles and she says, are you keeping Ori in check, Christopher?
Purr.
She just looks up at Ori and smiles.
You remember, Mr. Furcifer? It is a male, isn't it? I don't want to misgender him.
Lucifer is a male, Cecil is a female, as is Iris.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Mr. Furcifer.
Who was Iris?
My hognose.
Yes.
Oh, is that the snake?
That is the snake.
Ooh.
Ooh, can I go? Can I go speak to the snake at some point? After I've spoken to Mr. Percifer here.
Wait, are you like Harry Potter or something? You can talk to snakes?
Not quite yet. I kind of need to learn, the primal and everything like that. But I think I can at least get some good practice.
I had fed her this morning, and it is best not to move
Okay, well,
snakes.
at least I'll talk to them from a distance. Anyway, yes, good, Mr. Percifer. Pet, pet, pet. Yes, good, Mr. Percifer. Remember, Mr. Percifer, bird is the word, okay? And
Yeah.
yes, remember, don't let John Podesta in here, okay? You be a good cat.
Did
Yeah.
did Cecil start singing again?
Yes.
Lucy will go over there and be like, "You can come over here." And she starts singing, like pats her shoulder.
Cecil gives the dirtiest look a bird can do to Mixxie.
And Mixie's
It's a
probably
bird. So.
yeah. Mixie is too enamored with Mr. Percifer to really care what the burb is giving her.
And eventually Lucille or Cecil will fly over there and perch on Lucy's shoulder.
And she's like singing with Cecil in harmony.
Burp, burp, burp. Burp is the word, I got a burp, burp, burp. Burp is the word, I got a burp, burp, burp. Burp is the word, don't you know about the burp? Cause everybody knows that the burp is the word.
And Mixie's just like doing a teeny little dance with Percifer in her arms. Very gently, of course. She doesn't want to disturb Percifer.
Yep, he seems to be just fine. And Cecil is still singing the Addams Family song.
It's like, and then Lucy's going, "The Addams Family."
Chirp, chirp.
Eventually, Mixie will, put Percifer down on the floor. Let them go paws first. She's not going to try and, get them to do the, cats landing on their feet type thing because that's just cruel.
Okay, show me the snake.
Oh, Cecil, you might want to fly back up. I guess we're gonna look at the snake.
Aurelius gives Mixie a very odd look of, did you just command me to show you my own pets?
And Mixie puts on a very, sweetish look. Sort of like a please. Fluffing a, twitching a little cat ears, blinking those cat eyes, swishing that cat tail.
He looks over to Lucy and says, would you like to see Iris?
She nods. Iris is a really pretty name, so it must be a really pretty snake.
Indeed. And he motions and heads towards one of the back rooms that he never allows anyone to go into.
And Mixie follows at a distance.
Yeah.
By the way, the
I want
curious eyes of a child. Anything that Lucy would know with perception 5.
A what?
Anything that Lucy would notice if she's going in the back with perception 5.
Do you have any dots in poison or animal kin?
I believe she. Oh, she might not actually have animal kin. Now that I think about it. Nope. So she knows nothing.
Okay. Yeah, he has a lot of terrariums back here. A lot of plastic, uh, oh, what are they called? Like the plastic boxes, the clear I can't think of their name right now, but he's got a lot of those set up with, as little terrariums for snakes. And he has terrariums full of frogs and spiders. They're all.
I think Lucy might be able to get a hint from what she saw in the book.
What?
But the book that was left on the table that she saw the front page to, or not the front page where it was.
That was his ledgers with the wraiths.
Okay.
And it didn't have any names or pictures or anything. It was simply insert name here, told me this little tidbit and left at this time, blah blah blah, came and yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
It could easily be mistaken for a simple transaction ledger for his shop. But no, there are lots of snakes and frogs and spiders.
Yeah. As Mixxie goes past each of the frogs, she'll just give him a little whisper. Shadalay. Shadalay. Na 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 na. Shadalay. Shadalay. Oh no.
Mixxie, you're weird.
I'm not being weird, I'm just praising Keck. They like that.
She just kind of like blinks and says, "No, I think you're just being weird."
I'm not.
The frogs are all very, very brightly colored.
Yeah.
Ooh, those frogs are pretty. What are their names?
Is one of their names Pepe?
No, they are not.
Yeah.
As for their names, it's relatively simple names. Calvin and whatnot.
Are you sure that's the right name for them? I mean, they are Mexican staring frogs.
What do Mexican staring frogs do?
They stare.
Well, I would assume they would stare. I just thought they might be doing something interesting.
Well, they
Like
stare.
have a different ribbit.
No, they stare in Mexican.
She just kind of glares at Mixxie.
I mean, it's kind of why they're called Mexican staring frogs.
They are not Mexican staring frogs.
What are they? Guatemalan?
No.
Sri Lankan? Argentinian?
They are Dendrobatai.
I'm gonna need to get a map. Because I don't think I've seen that in South America.
They're native to tropical Central and South America.
Oh, there you go. So they probably should. So one of them should be called Pepe.
No.
Alright, fine.
I think Ori can decide how he wants to name his pets. You shouldn't tell somebody how to name their pets when they're theirs. She'll say, raising a finger.
Yeah, okay, that's true, but you know, cultural appropriation.
Cultural appropriation or no, that's so mean. She'll put her hands on her hips.
Yeah, that might be true.
All of the frogs are really small, by the way, as you look at them. And like I said, they're brightly brilliantly colored. There's a couple small ones that are blue with black spots. There's another one that's red with white stripes. There's another one with black appendages, a red body, and black spots all over it. Just a very large mattering of color.
Ooh, can I hold one?
No.
You might not want to.
She kind of doesn't know why. She's like, but they're so pretty. They
Yeah, but they're all,
okay.
but they're all slimy, and also they make a very horrible noise when you you make them angry.
But I wouldn't make them angry. I like to make animals feel nice.
Yeah, but you don't know that though. Sometimes some animals when they look at you and they kind of think, "Yeah, that person up there is disgusting. I'm gonna ward them away," and they start making that really noise.
Okay.
Because they're more afraid of you than you are of them.
Well, they're pretty. Let's see Iris though.
Yeah, let's see.
She goes.
Yep. And basically, it's like a big square room. The spiders are on one side, the snakes are on one side, and the frogs are on the other side, while the other room, or while the final wall with the door in it is, those walls are covered in like equipment, and there are a couple tables with food, a small cage full of small rats. And of course, the snake crane or cane. I can't. Yeah, snake cane, I believe it is. And gloves, lots and lots of gloves. There's one leather pair that looks well used, and then there's latex gloves as well. A box of latex gloves. There's also vials. Lots of vials with kind of I can't remember what they used to do it. But with like a little, it looks like parchment, or not exactly parchment, but kind of like a white cloth almost over a couple of the lids, and it's got a weird liquid at the bottom of it, in two holes in the top. And so he'll walk over to where the snakes are, and at the bottom there's a little, one of the plastic terrariums, and inside of it is a little bitty snake. It's a little less than 3 feet long. It's got its nose is upturned, and it looks really adorable, and it's just kind of basking there on its rock.
Oh, I thought a snake would be scary, but he's really cute.
Mm.
Or she, because it's Iris.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably a lady snake.
She's probably sassy because she's a snake. The sassy snake Iris.
I wonder if she's an ANCAP snake.
She has a hog nose.
Ah.
Lucy's just kind of waving at the glass. Hi, Iris.
Yes, hello, Iris. Do you have any advice for, creating a libertarian society? I mean, I know it might be a bit of a stretch, because I don't know if you're like Hans Herman Hoppe or anything like that, but, I've seen a lot of things on the internet, and some snakes might know about that, so do you know anything about that?
Lucy just kind of like blinks at Mixxie and she's like, "You ask pets really weird things. Are you
Yeah,
sure you're not okay? Are you sure you're okay?"
yeah, I'm sure I'm okay. I've just been on the internet for a long time. I want to make sure if any of this is actually true.
Well, why would you ask a snake who can't get on the internet?
Well, because they might be wise in other things. They have practical experience of the world.
But how? Why would you talk to them about it if you can't understand what they're saying?
Yeah, it might set the whole thing up, and I need practice.
So you don't
So,
talk to
no,
people very good, so you need practice?
no, it's more a case of, if you don't talk to animals very good, so you need practice. Sometimes you might, you know, sometimes, I mean, there's this movie I once saw. I mean, I can't remember. I mean, it's not something that you could probably watch because you're not old enough yet. But basically, this guy like had this idea is that because he'd been like asking questions to like cats for like years, but then he realized that he was asking all the wrong kind of questions. So maybe if I ask the right questions, I'll get the answers that I want.
Okay.
The only thing the snake does is kind of looks up at you guys, and that's it. Because it's a snake right after it's been fed. They don't really do much.
Hmm. Probably won't give any wisdom about, the exact methods for helicopter flight or anything like that. So, still pretty cool though. Yeah.
Maybe you
So,
should talk to a turtle. Turtles apparently, even though they're so slow, they can be faster than a rabbit.
yeah, that is true. I mean, especially if the rabbit is like, just completely and utterly lazy. I mean, that is the reason why I got beaten that race.
What race?
And, the race between, the turtle and the rabbit, because the rabbit like wanted to, show that he was the biggest, the fastest, and everything like that. But the turtle, the turtle basically was like, some sort of like, sprint runner or something like that, and the rabbit didn't train, so that's kind of why it didn't win. The turtle was truly a hero in a half shell.
So he was Leonardo?
Yeah, something like that. Actually, no, I think he might have been Raphael or Michelangelo, one of the two. But he was one of the cooler ones.
You don't think Donatello was cool?
No, Donatello's cool, but he's a bit nerdy.
I think nerdy is the coolest.
Yeah, I prefer style over than nerdiness, but no, I mean, it kind of depends on the nerdy person. Some of the nerdies that I met were kind of a bit, nerdy, but some nerdies were actually kind of hot as well.
Lucy's just blinking. Okay.
I mean, when I mean hot, I mean they had like really good haircuts.
Lucy just kind of turns to Aurelius and she's like, Ori, I don't know how to handle Mixxie. Mixxie's weird.
He just sort of chuckles. He's got that look on his face like it's hard to describe, but it's just sort of strained, I suppose one could put it. Like he's not trying to be mean and agree, but he's just kind of like, yeah, I don't know, it's difficult. He's not
No.
agreeing, he's just looking at her and it's like a faint kind of strained smile on his face.
Which Lucy picks up and she has a sense of victory in her mind.
I mean, to be honest, with part 5 and like Empathy 4 or something like that, you
Yeah.
can tell it's also kind of like it's not just for Mixxie. It's sort of like, now you know how I feel when there are multiple puka in my shop.
No, Irish, you might not be able to, give lots of information about, physical removal and everything like that, but you're still pretty as a snake. So, yes. Maybe in a bit bigger, you might be able to be, give more life wisdom and everything like that. Maybe when I actually learn primer, can I just think yes, but either way. Aurelius, Mr. Aurelius, thank you for, showing us, and also thank you for showing Pepe, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to learn that bird is indeed the word. And good luck on not finding John Podesta, if he's actually there. Well, if he's actually there, I definitely want to find it before he finds you. But hopefully he won't be there.
Of course. If you ever need any help, do feel free to ask. And if you ever need any glamour or a place to stay, my freehold is always open.
Ooh, thank you. Thank you very much. Right. And remember, Lucy.
And Mixxie turns around and leans towards Lucy.
Remember, if you meet someone who introduces himself as John Podesta, or he looks like John Podesta, you kick him in the shin and you run, okay?
Okay.
Great.
She gives a thumbs up.
I'd like to stay, but I've got some things to do, so, are you okay to get home? I mean, you did come in here on your own, but,
Lucy just kind of points over and she's like, I'm not that far away. I'm able to go over to Ori's all the time.
Right, good. Well, I'll see myself out. Do you want me to shut the door before I go?
The door to my shop should close on its own.
Okay. You don't want me to get, let Mr. Furcifer, what was the bird's name again? Cecil? Cece?
Cecil,
Cecil. You don't want him to escape, do you?
she won't.
Okay, now try not to pour him when I go, even though it's quite tempting.
Thank you.
No, I see I've got to go now because it's like 20 past 1 in the morning.
Oh shit.
Yes, yeah, well, Mixxie will, bow and, wave and everything. She'll head out, giving, Mr. Furcifer like a congratulatory pet, and, she'll resist the temptation to try and, reach out to Cecil before she'll exit out of the shop. I shall see you guys later.
Have a good one.
Oh.
Yeah. Lucy will just kind of look around the shop a little bit and see if she can help out with Ori at all. And do you want to do anything else?
No, I think we can end the scene there. Though, he will probably escort her home afterwards because
It's getting late.
his time limit's getting up, and schizophrenia is a bitch of a derangement.
Yeah.
He does not want it to be triggered, so he's going to, bring her home and then, yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, thank you players for playing. Thank you watchers for watching. And this was A Scene in Kansas.